Adesina reveals more details of Buhari's meeting with former presidents, heads of state. Hello everyone, welcome back to Greenfield Media. I want to thank you for following us, for listening to us every other day. May God bless you. Please like this post and share it with your friends and loved ones, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you for following us again. Now let's get back to the story on what Adesina has revealed about the meeting between Buhari, Obasanjo, Goodluck Jonathan, Abdulsalami Abubakar, NS Shonekan. So President Muhammadu Buhari's special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, has revealed details of who said what during a recent meeting his principal had with all living former presidents and heads of state. The leaders and Buhari held the meeting on October 23rd, 2020 over the NSAS protest crisis. At the meeting were Olusegun Obasanjo, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, Chief NS Shonekan, Abdulsalami Abubakar, and Goodluck Jonathan. In an article titled, I quote, NSAS Inside PMB's Parley with Former Heads of State, and released on Friday, Adesina said the meeting was very touching and poignant. Quoting Adesina's statement, for about 2 weeks, the country had been suffused with unrest, later violence, precipitated by what began as a legitimate protest against police brutality, codenamed NSAS. In the words of the president, the protests were later hijacked and misdirected by hidden hostile hands who wanted to destabilize the country. Lives have been lost in scores, countless public and private properties burnt. There was murder and mayhem everywhere. So it was needful that all former leaders of the country meet to put heads together and fashion pragmatic ways forward. End of quote. On what was said, Adesina explained that Gowon, in his opening remarks, thanked President Buhari for accepting to host the meeting and said that the protest, which started peacefully, was later taken over by organized miscreants in Lagos and other parts of the country. Peace and genuine protests by youths have been hijacked. Quoted, this is quoting Gowon, and he wished the youths had stood down after their initial request had been granted by the government. He said that Buhari, in his remarks after Gowon's opening remarks, gave the former leaders a comprehensive brief on all that had happened since the protest began, up to his address to the nation, which came up only the previous night. Adesina reinstated that he had earlier reported as what Obasanjo said during the meeting. According to him, Obasanjo commended Buhari for his speech over the NSAS protest. Quoting Obasanjo, "You made points that I believe need to be commended. You said peaceful protests were part of democratic practice. He also indicated the demands of the genuine protesters had been accepted and you were working on implementation." End of quote. He added that Obasanjo said the activities of hoodlums that hijacked the protests should be condemned, as they took away the protests from those who initially planned them. End of quote. On the job and economic situation in the country, Obasanjo said that the interventions being made were good, but not far-reaching enough for a population of 200 million people. Quoting Obasanjo, "We need heavy local and international investments to make the impact we need to make. Our foreign direct investment is inadequate, and we need to get better results in security so that the investments can come." End of quote. Adesina said, when it was the turn of General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, IBB, to speak, the president called out to him, "Ibro, it's your turn." There was general laughter. That must have been how the president addressed his colleagues as comrades at arms in the military. IBB condoled with the families of those who died in the protests and riots, but he expressed concern on the quality of intelligence available to the security agencies. Babangida said, and I quote, "With adequate intelligence, some of these things can be nipped in the bud," adding, "I commend the government for the efforts so far to end the protests." Chief Ernest Chonekom was brief in speech, according to Adesina, saying that preventive actions were to be considered for the future rather than curative. He added, and I quote, "Please call us for more meetings like this. We need to frequently discuss very important national issues." End of quote. General Abdulsalami Abubakar also talked about the need for intelligence gathering and synergy among the security agency, whom he says should avoid multiple mandates. Adesina quoted Jonathan to have, in his remarks, begun by saying that he didn't have the confidence to call the former leaders my colleagues, so he opted for "my most senior colleagues." Quoting Adesina, he commended the broadcast of the previous night and asked pertinent questions. What led to the crisis? How do we stop such in the future, even after the Buhari administration? End of quote. The president's spokesman said that Buhari rounded off the meeting with remarks thanking all the former leaders for their contribution, which he said had all been well noted. So Adesina is still going around, doing his usual praise singing for President Muhammadu Buhari, and he decided to, release this to probably please the president. I'm sure he will probably go to Baba and say, "Baba, look at what I did though. That meeting, I just took the good part out of it and gave it to the public. That should give them something to know that you are doing your job and the former leaders support you." If they don't learn anything from this NSAS protest, then these guys are really lost. Let us know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. Thank you again for following us. God bless you. Please subscribe.